Hi, how you doing? Yeah, so what I want to do is talk about herbal brushing. And as people that work with the plants, that call on the plants for help, there's so many beautiful, simple things that we can do with the herbs that can help us with our daily maintenance, the daily maintenance of our head space, our heart space, our energetic space. And there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of information. There's an unleashing of a story, of the stories, that the lies, the pain that live within our bodies, our culture, our society, and things are being unearthed. And it's a very, very powerful time. And it's really an important time to stay present, to stay embodied, to stay awake and stay aware. That doesn't mean that we can't take a break, because we have to do our self-care. We have to be able to do what it takes to stay, to double down on staying present, right? And so I'm going to offer you one of the things that I do is herbal brushing. And this is a 3 to 5 or even 10 minute, it depends on where you end up going. How, you might hit something that'll take you a while to unravel. But we use the herbs, we gather bundles. Like, you can gather a bundle of herbs. So you can use fresh herbs, dried herbs. You can use like stronger clearing herbs like rosemary, sage, cedar, thyme, juniper, cypress, but you can actually use any herb from your garden, or any kind of hanging dried herb that you have. You can use garlic braids, but really, you can gather any bundle of herb that you have, and it's about putting your intention into what you're using and what you're doing. And so I'm going to talk about this, and then when you're doing it, you're breathing, you're setting your intention, you're talking to yourself. And this is really about clearing. And I'm not talking about love and light and getting rid of bad energy. No, I'm talking about clearing your space, clearing the voices that are not you, clearing what you're ready to, asking to release what is no longer you, what's no longer serving you, what's no longer serving your world, and releasing what's ready to be let go of. And even if you don't know what that is, right? It's about clearing out the crusty old lies, half lies, untruths, stuff that's just, I don't know, we drank it from our mother's milk, There's so much that's untrue, and not right with the world, and much of it lives within our space, right? So this is about clearing that out and asking to be brought, but to release what no longer is true, and to come back to our own truth, to our heart, and to open our hearts, to be open, open to be open to the truth, to be open to being guided, to be open to being brought back to the heart, to humanity. It's so important to be embodied during this time, right? To release the heaviness, the depression, the anxiety, the guilt, the fear, the shame, the stress, the tension, right? There's a portal. Can you feel it? Can you feel the portal? There's a portal. A lot of healing and change can happen rapidly right now. And so it doesn't mean that it's just like it happens now and then the portal closes. No. What is in motion right now is what the world we are creating. We're not going back to normal, right? We are in a time of great change, and the wheels are moving for us to make a change, to heal. And so we want to be present for it. And if we're reacting and freaking out, and if it's a lot, it's overwhelming. And so we brush and we pray, and we ask that we come back, to clear the armor, to clear the defending, and Yeah, so that we can access our deeper truth. This ultimately is about the heart and humanity, and how is it we have gotten so far from our hearts? And can we come back to living in love with ourselves, our community, our people, all people, and the earth? We're not going to, we're not going to get out of this. We can't just like want climate change, or heal the earth. First, we have to love ourselves, all those places in ourselves that have us defending, reacting, pointing, othering, whatabouting. Those are all places where we have pain, we have sadness, we have guilt, we have our lifetime of unprocessed events and emotions that is our work to do to release, so that we can be present and listen to the people in our community, the Black and Indigenous and people of color that have been so much more on the front lines than we have. We have to come back to our heart. Why is it that we can see kids in cages at the border and then compartmentalize it and go back to our daily to work? This is a time now where we cannot unsee. We cannot compartmentalize. We have to face this full on and commit to being present, to there's a lot of like, you should be doing this and you should be doing this. Like, listen to it all. Then you come back to your heart and you say, who am I? What am I going to do? What can I unravel? How can I be a bridge? So those are my questions. You'll have your own questions. And so it's really, you take your herb and you pray to clear out what is not you. Clear out any lies or half-truths or anything that is ready to be released. This is, and again, and if you don't know what it is, it doesn't mean that you're just like, oh, we're healing and it's over. No. But you ask the herbs. What we're doing is we're asking for help. We're asking for help to stay present, to stay aware, to stay embodied during this time. So we ask, please clear the way, clear out the armor, clear out the defensiveness, clear out whatever's in the way for me truly to be in my heart at this time and connected with all that's happening, and who am I and what is my place. So day by day, we have to clean out every single day. We clear to access our heart, so that we can take the action that's needed and the action that is true to it's going to take all of us. What's happening right now, it's going to take all of us to unearth this 500 years of violence and racism and abuse and oppression that we are all implicit. We are all a part of and perpetuate and benefit from as white people. How can I clear out anything that is not the truth? How can I come to my heart, connect with humanity, and take the next step, engage? I ask for healing. You breathe and you brush, and then you find those places that are numb or stuck or tense or tight or like, and you spend a little extra time, you spend a little extra time on those places that need a little extra love and care. And you ask your heart, dear heart, Please guide me. Please guide me. So, and then you take your brush and you take all of that and you put it in the compost pile, or you throw it to the edge of the, you get it out, you let it go, you burn it. Depending on where you live, if you're near some water, you let it go, you get that you brush it, and the brushing can be intense, you know, it can be like this, like really, and you're gonna be guided. If you just let yourself breathe and relax into it, you'll probably cry, you could scream. The pathway to the heart is not just, pathway to the heart is full of pain and joy, sadness, fear, rage. It's all there. So I hope you take some time today and find a bundle of herbs, set your intention, and do some praying and clearing. And that's herbal brushing. Take care.